Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about Solnex ecosystem, Solnex project, and in the last video, I have discussed about the business plan presentation of the Solnex ecosystem. In this video, we are going to discuss about the Solnex ecosystem business project. Into the deep discussion, we are going to. I am taking to this into the deeper discussion. So, what is that? Is nothing but by starting this project, how much income as an individual we can generate. So all the details I will discuss in in this video. Let's get into the details. So if you are not seen the business plan presentation till, you can check my YouTube channel. You can find the Solnex ecosystem business plan presentation. If you like that project, you can start that project, and all the details I have. What is that? I have explained in that Solnex ecosystem project in the business plan presentation. And in this video, as an individual, by starting the Solnex ecosystem project, how much income we can generate by for a year. So let us discuss in this video. So we can see the we actually in this ecosystem they are introduce the concept of grid mechanism. So yearly here we have six grids we have, and grid 1, grid 2, grid 3, grid 4, and grid 5, and grid 6. Each have their own price. Grid 1 is $25 we can activate, we have to activate, and grid 2 we have to activate 20 with $75. Sorry. And grid 3 we had to start with $225, grid 4 $675, and grid 5 $2025 we had to start, and grid 6 we had to start with what is that $6075. Except grid 1, grid 6, we can avail the 50% loan facility by activating the grids grids of grid 2, grid 3, grid 4, and grid 5 we can activate by taking the loan of 50% of the grid price. So one can take the loan also by activating the grids, and one can activate all the grids. And by activating all the grids, how much income potential for a year we can take from this project, we can discuss. Okay, that too without any referrals, that too without any team effort. So we can take it as an individual effort. So individual, by activating all the grids as an individual, we can take how much income through this project. Let us discuss in this project. Okay, and let's go to the calculator section. What is the calculator? So this is calculator. So first grid price is $25, 25, and annual yield of this grid 1 is $25, and the annual yield per APY is 150%. So we can put it 150% here. So for a year you can take, by activating the first grid, $37.5 plus, and second grid $75 we have to, with $75 we have to activate grid 2. So $75, and annual yield we can take 160%. So $75 into 160%, so 157. So sorry, only, so by activating two grids we can take $157. By activating the third grid with $225, you can take annual yield of 170%. $225, sorry, plus $225 into what is that, 170%. So $540 up to now we can accumulate by activating three grids, plus grid 4 $675. You can see it here. Grade 4, $675. Sorry. $675. Sorry. 675 into 180% annual yield for the grid 4. 180%. So 1755. So by activating fifth grid with $2025, and we can generate annual yield of 190%. 2025 grid activation, and what is the annual yield of grid 5? 190%. So by activating all the 5 grids, we can accumulate annual yield of 5,602.5 dollars. This is the total income by activating all the 5 grids we can accumulate. For the last grid 6 is $6,075. We have to activate with $6,075, and annual yield we can get it through the grid 6 is 200%. So $6,075 is the grid price, and into 200% annual yield we can accumulate. So by activating all the 6 grids, one can get $17,752.5. This is the total maximum income potential one can earn as an individual through this project for an year. This is the for 1 year. Okay, this is the maximum income potential by starting this project one can accumulate for an year. This is the maximum income potential. So is it worth or not? Definitely is it worth for an individual. So we don't have any we don't have to put any team efforts, or we don't need to put any referrals. We don't need to refer anyone. So we can as an individual, by activating all the grids, one can earn $17,752.5. $5. This is the maximum income potential as an individual by starting this project we can earn. For example, if you what is that if you accept the grid 6, one can accumulate up to grid 5. If you take it as up to grid 5, at least we had to activate up to grid 5. One can accumulate up to $5,602.5 by activating all the 5 grids. This is the maximum income potential one can earn through this project. So this is in this video I want to discuss about this only individual income potential. By starting this project one can earn. So up to now, in this video this is the details I want to discuss, and next video I want to discuss about the team effort by referring someone, or by forming developing the downline team. How much income one can earn through this project, let us discuss in the next video. Okay, up to then, thank you, goodbye.